Well, we've all been fighting to move the depot out of Aarey and to Kanjur. This fight is going on since 2015. So, just a brief recap and some up to date details. In 2015 itself, the technical committee set up by the Fadnavis government made a detailed plan on how to merge the Metro 3 line with the Metro 6 line and to take the depot to Kanjur. It clearly shows the details within the depot plot of how the track will go out, how the stabilizing lines will be constructed, how the station will be constructed. All these details are available from 2015. The details about the depot plot at Kanjur are also available right from the year 2015, where the depot is on an undisputed part of the plot. One corner of it does have a dispute. One corner of it has salt pans. One corner of it has a BMC dumping ground. These details are known since 2015. In 2015 itself, the MMRCL, who is the organization who is constructing the Metro 3 line, which is distinct from MMRDA, which is constructing every other metro line in Mumbai. So MMRCL's board meeting itself highlighted that the depot plot the Kanjur depot plot is part of a bigger plot. The depot plot is in government's possession. However, there is a court case pending on another part of the plot, which is pending in the High Court. And after studying all the ownership claims and the details of this, MMRCL found that the 41-hectare depot plot didn't have any dispute on it and can be excluded from the stay order of the High Court. There is no word about any salt pan, any salt department, any such dispute in 2015 because there was simply no such issue. However, MMRCL or the government, the Fadnavis government at that time decided that okay, though the paperwork can be done, we don't want to move there. So they started making excuses of why we can't move from Aarey to Kanjur. And one of the excuses made up by MMRCL in the year 2016 was that if we shift the depot from Aarey to Kanjur, the tracks will have to go past the banks of the Powai Lake, which is a sensitive area. This entire story that Powai Lake will be destroyed if the tracks go past it is a story which has come from MMRCL's mouth. Again, in 2019, when the Fadnavis government the Thackeray government came into power, one of their first decisions was to stop the work at the Aarey site. And in August 2020, the Chief Minister Uddhav Thackeray had a detailed meeting with his ministers and his team, where a decision was taken to shift the depot out of Aarey to a suitable location, and the Aarey depot plot was to be allotted for the improvement of environment and wildlife. This is a decision taken in August 2020, which resulted in a committee being set up to look into this, which is the Chief Secretary's Committee or the CS Committee. And these details are from this report. The CS Committee has looked into the Kanjur depot plot in detail, and they found that the depot plot is not only suitable for Metro 3, but Metro 6 and Metro 4 lines, and for constructing a Metro Bhavan. So once the depot moves to Kanjur, the problem of a Metro Bhavan which was to come up in Aarey also goes away. However, MMRCL, who was a part of that committee, again started making excuses. They said, no, if we want to go to Kanjur, let's look into the an alternative plan of taking an underground tunnel from Aarey to Kanjur. So this is again a story of let the tunnel go underground from Aarey to Kanjur is again a story which is coming from MMRCL's mouth. Then MMRCL made up another excuse that if we need to take an elevated track, the elevated track will have to go through Aarey, and for that some trees will be affected. And if the trees are affected, public sentiment will be affected. Therefore, we can't move to Kanjur. But the depot plot, if the depot remains in Aarey, the trees are affected, then public sentiment is not affected. How can that be possible? So this story that the tracks will create a problem, the elevated tracks will create a problem and affect public sentiments is again a story coming from MMRCL's mouth. Again in 2021, it is MMRCL who has raised this story that a new DPR will have to be created, which will need to be approved by both the state and the central governments. Again, a story created by MMRCL's mouth. Why are they so insistent on this? Because MMRCL is an organization which is run or governed by both the union and the state. And union, of course, we all know is not in support of moving the depot out of Aarey. So MMRCL is making the excuses on their behalf. However, they sent the CS committee of 2021, which had the experts from MMRDA, have made the detailed plans and drawings of how the elevated track can take the Metro 3 line out of Aarey and connect it to the elevated Metro 6 line. So option 1 they have prepared, where the track goes straight out of Aarey, goes to JVLR and connects to Metro 6's Sakin Vihar station. Similarly, they have made another plan, which is option 2, where the Metro 3 track takes a U-turn inside the Aarey depot plot and comes back onto JVLR in the other direction going towards Jogeshwari, where it connects with the Seep station. So they have prepared two options. If you want to take the track in one direction, it will go straight. If you take in the other direction, you have to take a U-turn and connect the tracks. Finally, this committee, after studying the entire thing in detail and 800 pages of report, they have recommended that that an integrated depot should be built at Kanjur, which will be used by the Metro 3 line, the Metro 4 line, the Metro 6 line, and they've also taken care of the stabilizing lines in Aarey, which you can see in the option 1 and option 2, and they have asked it to be expedited. However, who is stopping it? Who stopped this integrated depot is the Union of India Salt Department, who suddenly got up and said, no, it's my land, it's a salt pan. And MMRCL as an organization has also always been opposing the shifting of the depot from Aarey to Kanjur. Now, let us see the final recommendations which are signed by the 9 members, who are the 9 experts. Experts from MMRDA, experts from IIT, from the Divisional Commissioner's Office, the Environmental Department's Office, the Chief Secretary of Maharashtra, the Municipal Commissioner of BMC. All of them have signed this. The only one single person refused to sign this report was the MD of MMRCL. So, MMRCL as an organization and Union of Government and Union of India, the Union government, both are hand in glove on how this depot should not be shifted out of Aarey and how it should not go to Kanjur. So it is our responsibility to ensure that we fight this, expose this, and ensure that what wrong they are doing is exposed and corrected. And the current state government their motives have been very nice. They have done everything in favor of Aarey to get this depot out. But their intentions are good, but execution has not happened. So we need to push the state government for execution of their own plans. So let's meet up, let's discuss this, all details available. Intentions of state government are clear, intentions of union government and MMRCL are opposite, and they are also very clear. Let's understand this and let's move forward to get this depot out of Aarey and into Kanjur, where it should be in the first place.